Why the hell is the letter D in the word fridge, but not refrigerator?
I'm your freak of the week.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Chimichanga Superstar Podcast. I'm your host, Kristaan Barrick. Yeah, I know, everything is weird. That's life. Fortunately, I have weird with me here in the studio tonight. Alex Weitzman has returned.
Always weird. Ever weird.
Well, gotta keep it live. That
The
made no damn sense.
Damn right.
So what have you been up to, man?
Long friggin' week of work, and got a animation thing that's gonna start recording in October.
I'll have to come back to that one. I didn't know you had that.
Yeah. When I can talk a little about it a little bit more thoroughly. Right now, I'm under kind of a Scouts Honor NDA on it, but it should be interesting, and I'm looking forward to sinking my teeth into it.
Is it porn? It's porn, isn't it?
Everything is porn from a certain point of view. I believe that's what the Jedi believed.
If you try hard enough, everything's a dildo.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good philosophy.
Only a Sith believe in condoms.
No. Not at all. I believe the hell out of condoms, believe me.
And you're a Sith.
No, I like to think that I'm just morally ambiguous.
Oh. Come to the grey side of the Force, Luke.
Come to the grey side of the Force, Luke. We get to do whatever the fuck we want. And whoever the fuck we want.
We do things that are somewhat ambiguous, and then we feel slightly guilty about them and do them again.
But only slightly.
Only slightly.
That's the ticket. Oh, well. So, I'm going to go ahead and just jump into it and bring up a topic I know is going to immediately fuel you.
Oh, please.
Politics. Go!
Oh, is that a thing?
Well, not this election.
Oh, God, no. Because
it's a turkey shot. It's a fucking clusterfuck of dumb shit.
It would be difficult to actually describe this political season as politics, in a way. It's not really politics. It's more...
Political theater has never been more accurate than this election. Never.
No, I would say the Monty Python election special has never been more accurate than this election.
Monty Python.
That was
Monty Python had geniuses behind it. We have just complete ridiculous assholes behind everything here. Hillary Clinton has a body double and she's dying. Donald Trump's hands are huge. Yeah, it's just
sure they are.
Yeah. No, it's looking bleak for our future, and not because we're going to be getting the wrong president and we're all going to go to war. It's because this is what we have to escalate from. This is what we have to top next election.
This is the new normal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I made myself so sad by saying that out loud.
Right? All right, now stop and think about this. Stop. Donald Trump made it to the presidential candidacy and is making us all feel like idiots. Hillary Clinton is, I guess, pneumonia-ridden and losing her shit? I don't know. Plain and simple, though. Now fast forward to 4 to 8 more years. Who could we possibly throw in to top Donald Trump's weirdness?
Kanye West.
I approve. Kanye West versus me.
I was about to say Kanye West, actually. I think it would be fascinating if he ran on both tickets, won both tickets, and ran against himself.
Actually, I think his ego alone would carry him through just fine.
I think it would.
I think it'd be fantastic.
You know, Kanye, I'm going to let you finish, but I want to finish this rebuttal.
Very well, Kanye. I respect you as an artist and a creative thinker, but I wanted you to know that I am the greatest. You are second only to yourself. Oh my God, that actually sounds like something he would say.
It does.
Wow.
I've always been slightly confused though by the whole, Taylor Swift, I'm gonna let you finish thing, because I mean, I get it. He was really stupidly passionate about Beyonce's video or something, but he's done that like more than once talking about Beyonce, and I'm kind of feeling like, did he just rise this high just because he's looking to get the job of PR monkey for Beyonce?
PR monkey for Beyonce. I'm fairly confident that Beyonce doesn't need that. She sacrificed the lives and the talent of all of her other former co-hosts, co-stars. What are they called? Fellow musicians.
Destiny's Child. I'm fairly certain they were sacrificed to the Blood Moon some time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Hillary Clinton can have a body double, clearly they're going to do that for them.
Exactly.
Oh my God. What's her name? Avril Lavigne. Have you heard all the crazy stories about how apparently Avril Lavigne was killed off by some secret Illuminati group and they replaced her?
Yeah, there was an article.
Look at
about
this mole, it's different. Listen to her voice. She has a completely different range now. Her tone and her creativeness is gone. Now she just... I was like, wow, you guys have really looked into this.
Why don't they come up with, body double conspiracy theories for completely otherwise not interesting celebrities or actors or people like that. Like, for instance,
Richard Gere has a body double now.
William H. Macy has a body double. William H. Macy died in 1997, and somebody else has been playing his parts.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, no, that guy's name is Jeff. He's actually really good at bowling. It's incredible. No,
but I must follow that little stupid joke up with my absolute adoration for William H. Macy.
Well,
I love everything he does. Even in movies that suck, William H. Macy is excellent.
Name one.
What a movie that sucked that he was in and that he was really good? Everyone's Hero.
That's a good one. That didn't suck. Well, how did that suck?
Everyone's Hero sucks.
Oh, man.
The one with Rob Reiner as a baseball and Whoopi Goldberg as the Bat Darlin.
Can I be realistic here? That took balls. Who the fuck could have tried to pitch that movie and think it was going to happen? Other than the people that made that movie happen.
Christopher Reeve, you mean?
Yeah.
That movie made me so sad. That movie came out when I was still doing reviews for Toon Zone. And I went and I saw it and I was like, ugh, how dare you suck so bad? Because Christopher Reeve, I'm going to feel like such a fucking bully kicking this movie around. Because Christopher Reeve! And I had to preface it in the beginning of the review as you know what? No offense to Christopher Dana Reeve, because I'm going to tear this movie a new one.
Well, I think that's what it was all about, is I think they used him as a human shield.
And how dare they do that? It was so bad. But William H. Macy as Lefty in that movie was actually the one person who was really trying.
I don't care about lefties. They don't have souls. So, weird thing happened to me on the way to the library today. And that's not even a build-up.
I'll tell you.
That's
weird thing happened to me on the way to the laboratory today. I'll tell you.
We're talking straight up legit. I was what was it? It was 92.3, 93.2. One of them.
Mm-hmm.
I was down at this little farmer's market over by the library in the mall down here in Rancho Cucamonga.
I saw this post of yours. I didn't understand it.
I was ambiguous for a reason, because I was like, oh God, I'm going to get in trouble. And nothing happened. So now here I am live on the internet talking about it again.
Yeah.
So they had this thing where they were shouting out, having people shout out and vote or declare who they thought the most thug, gangsta, hip-hop artist of our generation was.
Uh-huh. So
I didn't know what that was for. I just saw people in line getting on a microphone talking to the radio. I was like, oh, time to get a shout out. Stand in line for 5 minutes, get up there, and I realized that I was not the only white one there, but I sure as hell was the only white one there with my shorts rolled up and my hair tied up and my giant Spider-Man t-shirt on and just kind of, yeah. So they follow through with asking me about who the most thug of our generation is. And I said, well, fuck, I don't fucking know. Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel? And this guy's like, wait. You're trying to tell me that Peter Gabriel is a thug gangsta hip-hop artist? I was like, are you saying he's not? And he froze for just that pause, that split second. And he's like, tell me how. Tell me one reason why I shouldn't tell you to go away right now. And wait. So I'm staying. Okay, cool. My response was, tell me how he isn't. Explain to me how Peter Gabriel is not a thug, gangsta, badass motherfucker. Turned this whole thing, and he finally asked, Well, then who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? What did he call me? He said Spider-Man wearing... no, that was later. He called out my Spider-Man shirt initially. And he said, who the hell are you? What are you doing here? I was like, well, I was going to the library, getting some fruit, and just being a dumbass. It's like, all right, get out of here. I was like, damn. Oh, man, I lost it. Turn away, take just a couple strides. It's like, wait, no, one more time. One more chance. Peter Gabriel. Isn't that really old dude? I was like, oh, come on. Sledgehammer. We didn't start the fire.
That's Billy Joel.
I know. Yeah. Fortunately, I was live on the radio, so no one was able to call me out on it.
Right.
And then...
Except angrily... You like, so many people were angrily smashing their car radios like, no, that's Billy Joel!
I'm really hoping I caused a few pileups in the process.
Exactly. You've ended lives. You've ruined marriages and orphaned people. Somebody's going to become Batman because you said Peter Gabriel made We Didn't Start the Fire.
You're welcome, Gotham City. But no, so he asked, like, who are you? What are you doing here? Because I said something about when he started getting irritated. I was like, see, that's what I do. You put a microphone in my face, I piss people off.
Exactly.
And he responds like, who are you? This is what you do? Who are you? What do you do? I was like, oh, I eat dragon eggs. He's like, what the hell are you talking about? And he's getting pissed off. He's got his hands on his face right over the mic, and he looks like he's about to deep throat it. And then I do a shout out for the event we have coming up, which I'll do a shout out directly after the story.
Of course.
And I explain that I'm going to eat a dragon egg, so I'm the dragon eating motherfucker. He's like, okay, so you eat dragon eggs? Is that what you do? Tell me, is that white haired bitch? Does she got white hair? I was like, oh no, she's clean shaven. She's ready for everything. And he's like, oh no, you can't say this. You just said coochie. You can't say coochie. You just said coochie. I'm getting off.
Double standard action.
And you see the lady kind of signaling for me. I was like, oh no, I'm just kidding. I do a podcast, Chimichanga Superstar. You can find it online all over the place. And he's like, okay, get on out of here, Spider-Man wearing chimichanga guy. I was like, okay.
Spider-Man Chimichanga.
Spider-Man wearing chimichanga guy. No, it was fun. I was really entertained by that.
No.
He wasn't. I was.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm moving my
Christian,
microphone.
I do believe you mentioned something about a shout-out for an event that you have coming up.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to murder the Professor Elliot on the stage.
Ooh.
Yeah, apparently...
And you get to choose the method.
Will he use the candlestick? Will he use the dildo? Will he use a defibrillator? Will he just go old school and bare-knuckle him down to the ground? No, I'm just going to choke him to death on his own food. As a lot of you may or may not know, I am the co-host on Fantastic Feast and Where to Find Them with Professor Elliot. And he puts horrendous food in front of me, and I'm supposed to pretend I enjoy it. Yeah, I actually just got a little nauseous remembering a few things. But so we decided we want to work with Lumos, who's partnering up with us so we can raise some money, and they take care of a lot of wonderful...
And do tell, for the people who do not know, what is Lumos?
Lumos is, in fact, J.K. Rowling's wonderful charity. She loves the concept of helping the orphans find homes, take care of them, make sure they get all the medical needs and comfort and safety they need, and way beyond that. They go beyond the call of duty to make sure that everyone's taken care of and everyone gets a home.
Fantastic.
And we thought it was good, so...
Fantastic Feast, you might say.
And where to find them. But, yeah, so we decided we're going to go ahead and do a live event. So we have two wonderful guests, which I'm not allowed to say yet who they are. I'm really excited, but they're going to join us on stage as well on either side, and we're going to enjoy one for each, four very, very disturbing. I already know what 3 of these 4 items are. Very disturbing feast, I guess you could say it, inspired by the Harry Potter world with a very obscure Professor Elliot twist.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. One of them...
Be afraid, which is to say, be afraid if you're on the stage and you're going to have to eat it. Everybody else...
One of them genuinely makes me sick.
Be very amused.
But if this interests you at all, just go ahead and take a look at Fantastic Feast and Where to Find Them on Facebook. I guess they're going to be announcing the event page soon, so you can take a look at that. And it's going to be a minimum donation to get a ticket. So if you want to put more towards that to raise the money, cool, do it. We're going to have some
very noble goal.
We're going to have some musicians coming in. There's going to be a Oingo Boingo cover band after we leave the stage. Yeah, and they're apparently a good one. And then, a bunch of other cool things. We got vendors and fun things as well. And a very special raffle prize by Jelly Belly for those who want to partake.
Nice.
Yeah.
For those who do not have enough jelly in their belly.
So that's my very selfish, not selfish shout out.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Anyways, beyond that, another fun story. I almost died last Sunday. You were there for that.
I know. I got to see that. That you'll be seeing in an upcoming episode.
I'm not gonna say what it was that we ingested, but I had an allergic reaction to something while filming Fantastic Feast and Where to Find Them, the latest episode, anyways. And let's just say I was very red, very itchy.
I will give it the tiniest bit of spoilers and say this. One of the secrets is getting revealed of a particular secret in the food world.
We discovered a secret recipe of, I think, 500 years in the making?
Something like that.
Like that, yeah. So, yeah, one ingredient down. Now we just got to get people of, like, every allergy and then find and just do the checklist. Oh, 130! We got it! That'd be cool.
That would be.
Wow, my throat is gone. I'm so glad this is live. Which, by the way, this is not an edited episode. This is what we're calling a raw cast. I am not editing any of this, so you get it as the shows are actually recorded.
Exactly. It's raw because it's not very well done.
Which is why in a few minutes when I get up and walk away because I might have to take a piss, you get to listen to Alex just talk by himself.
I'm just going to keep talking, and oh my god, I'm so sorry for you.
There's a period in time which he thought he was home alone, and I thought he was talking to me. He didn't know I was there, and I kid you not, about an hour later, he's like, "Oh, you're home. I was responding to you. Oh, I had headphones in. I didn't know." Wow, we had a conversation, and you didn't even know I was there. I feel empty inside.
Pretty much. But isn't that really always the way?
Feeling empty inside? What the fuck? God, you're a heartless asshole.
I am.
So anything going
on?
Wait,
that means I'm the one who's empty inside.
Oh, plot twist. Go,
dun, dun.
Go, M. Night. Go, M. Night. Go.
Did you just relate M. Night Shyamalan to the turtles in number 2?
And Vanilla Ice.
Right, yes.
Oh, hell yeah. I did that shit.
Oh, dear Lord.
So anything else you want to bring up? Any
let's
pending stories?
Let's talk about some stuff that's been going on in the world.
I call this segment Christian Pretends to Do the News with Someone Else.
Exactly. Well, one such thing that's been catching my attention a lot.
Porn.
In the... recently, not of all time, what is the story about the Moana costume? For those who do
Moana is Disney's upcoming film that I'm excited for, where they're taking Samoan culture, Polynesian lore.
culture. It's their first opportunity to really show give some representation out to this
mainstream
particular culture universe. I'm especially excited about it by virtue of who's making it. Not Disney. I mean, it is Disney, but more specifically, the directors are Ron Clements and John Musker, who are significant in that when I tell you their filmography, you will realize, oh shit, these people are really, really important. They are the directors of, in order, The Great Mouse Detective,
Ooh.
The Little Mermaid,
Ooh.
Aladdin, Hercules,
Ooh.
Treasure Planet,
Ooh.
and The Princess and the Frog.
There it is. I came. No. Premature. Hang on. One more. Give me another one.
Well, that is the entirety of their
God
directing
damn it.
filmography.
So short. I was so close, you tease.
But the fact of the matter is, they're some of the most significant animation writers, directors of this entire generation and more.
Well, fuck.
And
Little Mermaid and Aladdin are two of the biggest names in Disney history.
Oh, unequivocally. And so I'm excited to see them, have another film out since Princess and the Frog, which I happen to adore. And so I'm very excited about it. So this particular story is about, I guess, on Disney's website. It wasn't even specifically something that was out in stores, in like physical stores yet. It was just something
like maybe a coming soon for
right, kind of like
thing.
being offered on the websites as a Halloween costume, not for adults but for children, for 7 to 10-year-old children, for the character Maui. Now, Maui is the demigod that is being played by Dwayne Johnson, and if you have seen the trailer, you know that he is a physically sizable character.
He's like the Samoan Hercules
in a lot of ways, and he also has quite a very complicated tattoo design across his body. They were advertising a costume for of Maui for kids.
Essentially a onesie with like a bunch of frills.
It was a onesie with a lot of padding to emulate the musculature of the character, and also to emulate the tattoo design, the loincloth / leaf cloth or whatever, and a wig. And you were saying earlier also a mask.
Yeah, it surfaced that there were pictures of one of those like really cheap, shitty plastic masks that just has the little elastic string. To me, that would have been a costume, a full costume.
Right, it's a full costume. You're gonna be Maui. There was some outrage. There were some outrage reaction on the internet, of which we do see, semi-commonly these days. And Disney pulled it. They pulled it rather quickly. And interestingly, what I've seen in the wake of Disney pulling the costume is a lot of, debate amongst those who either did have the reaction they had or hadn't quite heard about it before they heard that the costume had been pulled, kind of questioning like, wait, what did we do, or why did we do this? And so there doesn't seem to be an absolute consensus.
It sounds overall to me like people decided they're going to go ahead and get on the bandwagon and internet hate on something. It ruins something nice, and they're like, oh, wait, too soon. We fucked up. My bad.
Absolutely. I fall on the side of thinking that this was not offensive. Now, mind you, we are two white guys.
Okay, well,
so I think that's important to say.
I'm gonna take that perspective out, and I'm gonna go think outside of my own perspective. Let's think of this way: me and several people, including my sister, at one point when I was a younger kid, we have each taken turns, and we've been Spider-Man for Halloween and costume parties. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man is a heavy-duty, laid-in lore New Yorker, right? Yeah. Everything about Spider-Man is New York City. Queens, to be more specific, is where he grew up, and he swings around Brooklyn doing his thing. At that point, me dressing up in a full spandex suit and covering my face up with a Spider-Man mask and those tiny little shitty eye holes poking out. Am I not representing? Am I taking away from the New York culture? Well, yes, I'm thinking on a much smaller scale, but I'm doing this intentionally because people just try to throw out something to be angry about. Everyone's trying to have a fight for something. They're trying to find a flag to wave before they even understand themselves.
Well, I think there are a few things that come to mind for me when the story like this comes down the pike. One is because I recognize the underlying good intentions of those who are speaking out. What they're trying to avoid is perpetuations of racism. They're trying to avoid systematic ignorance of what could be offensive, and I get that. However, I feel like with this Maui story, this was an example of, I think, people confusing offense and memory of offense, because when I was looking at the story, I was looking at the way that people were talking about it, and in particular, I was seeing the way that people were expressing their, disapproval of it. Okay. They were being very vague, and it was very inspecific as to what they were not
as
liking.
A lot of people on the internet, when they're arguing and complaining, do.
And so it had kind of the air of a gut reaction, kind of a "this feels wrong." And what I'm thinking about is I remember very clearly any number of stories across the last few years, and let's face it, well into the past, but only recently being regularly talked about. Every Halloween, some white person, often a celebrity, but just some privileged white person, engaging in a very inappropriate costume, something that is somewhat obviously legitimately offensive to be dressed up as. And in those cases,
they should just go as a naked person every Halloween. They're Hollywood superstars. They can afford to be naked,
right? But that's in those cases, I can see why people get offended, and I would agree that it's offensive for some privileged white adult to go out and put themselves in blackface or brownface. But now, so here's my response then, where this ties into the Maui story, is that I think people get inherently sensitive now about costumes in general because of that tendency, because those stories happen all the time. And when they see, and when they saw specifically this Maui thing happen, their response was to think of it in the terms of those previous stories. But that's not actually being offended. That's not offense. That's a memory of prior offense.
And it's also ignorant to the fact that, let's be very realistic. We opened this entire story up with talking about a movie that's coming out that is shining a new light on a culture that has not really been given its due.
Absolutely.
And now all of a sudden we're throwing a negative spin into it before it even has a chance to shine.
Unequivocally.
And that breaks my heart.
And on top of that, there's the pragmatic, realpolitik aspect of this, which is that by pulling this item and anything else that may potentially have that kind of reaction already. Disney has, now shot themselves in the foot. They do not have the ability to give Moana the opportunity to have the cultural pervasion of something like, say, Frozen, and now it will not be as successful or as profitable.
Yeah, fuck that. We'll make it happen.
Frozen, and thusly they will sit back and say, you know what? We don't make as much money when we're representing these other cultures. Let's stick to the lily white European fairy tales, baby.
Nah.
And that's the sort of thing that can happen if we're not giving the opportunity for people to have an entry point into this.
We got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He'll just go ahead and muscle his way through like he does everything else.
And you mentioned Dwayne. I do want to read one thing. It's a thing that was said by a very notable member of the more of the superhero side of things. It was a comic book writer and animation writer by the name of Dwayne McDuffie. To those who do not know him by name, Dwayne McDuffie was one of the co-creators of Milestone Media, Milestone Comics, like Static, Icon, Rocket, and of course he then went on. Obviously, he helped translate his character Static into Static Shock, the cartoon. Then he went on to write for Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and was one of the main writers and producers for that show. Dwayne, some years ago, he very tragically passed away in 2011. But Dwayne actually told...
Sorry, getting a drink.
Yeah, he's rocking up a monster. Dwayne actually said this. This is from an interview that I conducted with him. So he actually said this to my face, but you can look this up because it is on the internet.
Picture it didn't happen.
This is Dwayne's statement about kind of the topic, I would say, very much in respect to what we're talking about with Moana, and in particular the opportunity for, shall we say, white kids to emulate and experience being or
pornography
or enjoying the idea of Maui or other such characters. Here's the quote. "I think it's important that people get a chance to identify with the other race. Minority kids in our culture have always been able to identify with people of other races in heroic roles. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be James Bond. I wanted to be Spider-Man. I'm perfectly used to putting myself in that head. White kids don't have that opportunity that much, which is why when I go to San Diego Comic-Con and I see white kids dressed as Static, or white kids dressed as clearly Jon Stewart Green Lantern, I'm like, we're really getting somewhere. Because this is a kid who's going to be less inclined to make assumptions about someone based on the color of their skin. So that's a win." End quote.
No, that's actually a good one. And that's the same stance. I've been following a belief system that Morgan Freeman stayed a long time ago. When I was a kid, I was confused by the fact that we had Black History Month. We had various history months of various things. Why aren't we just saying they're people? Why aren't we just saying Who wants to only designate 1 month, one small section to say, all right, buy the T-shirts. This for 30 days, we're going to remember all the shit that happened. No, why don't we just make every day Black History Day, White History Day, Asian History Day? I've got culture in my history, too. I've got Scandinavian culture. I've got German culture. There's lore there back way before European was even a word. There's Jewish, there's Middle Eastern, there's culture of an entire goddamn planet. Why are we trying to make it into a big thing? All I'm saying is Dwayne Johnson can play everyone. We've proven this because he's been in every goddamn remake known to man.
Oh my God, yes.
Right? Yeah, really hard segue there, but that's very fucking realistic. He has replaced everyone. And it all started with Journey to the Center of the Earth 2. He replaced Encino Man, and all of a sudden, poof, The Rock replaces bitches. He's in every remake. He's in every reboot. He's in every sequel. He's in every fucking thing. I shit you not. I wouldn't be surprised if he played Michael Jordan in the reboot of Space Jam.
That would be a heck of a thing.
So that being said, plain and simple, if Dwayne Johnson can be everything, then a young little black girl or a young little Hispanic boy could go ahead and be the fucking Samoan demigod in a costume. So Disney, put that shit back up there. If you won't, I will. And then you'll sue me because I cannot defeat your attorneys. You're Disney. But I'll still do it.
It's true. They keep the attorneys in small kennels. They don't feed them often.
I've seen it.
Just enough to keep them slightly alive. And they wave bandages with the blood of their victims in front of them all the time.
They also march their ex-boyfriends and girlfriends up and down to remind them how much they'll never have a chance and how pathetic they are. Exactly. They're vicious.
They will strip you to the bone, legalistically speaking,
and literally.
And literally.
Yeah. So. Go see Moana, everybody.
Go see Moana.
No, dead serious. Go see that shit. I'm really excited.
I cannot.
I've said this a lot.
I just watched the Fuller trailer, by the way.
This is the first Disney movie in a long time I've been this excited for. When I was in high school, I did not know what a haka was, and I had 8 teammates in my school that were very, very big in Samoan culture. In fact, one of them got in trouble for coming to school as like a 17-year-old kid with a tattoo on his arm, on his wrist. But he taught the entire team a dance to do the haka dance to do when we did the state. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, from that moment on, I was hooked. I wanted to be his best friend. I wanted to learn the culture. I wanted to learn everything because it's just there's so much that you just don't learn in general ed about various cultures, including this badass culture. They directly tell you, "I will eat your flesh and I will take your women." They are like the naked version of the Viking people.
There you go. And then so many people would call what you're describing right then and there, what's currently being described on the internet everywhere as cultural appropriation.
Fuck that.
Exactly. Which is funny because cultural appropriation, the actual term, it just describes something very simple, which is somebody of some culture making use of some other piece of another culture. Are you Italian? And if you're not Italian, have you ever had spaghetti? If you've had spaghetti and you're not Italian, technically speaking, that's cultural appropriation. What they're really talking about is cultural misappropriation. And I feel like when that prefix went away, the language kind of gave away how this is kind of perverted itself into the non-issue that it now is.
Everyone keeps going on and on and on about how, well, we took the land from the Native Americans. Yes, fucking hate that story. We took the islands from the Polynesian people. Yes, fucking hate that we did that. Well, not we, but I'm a white guy. I'm going to be honest about that. And therefore, by that definition alone, I'm saying we because that's the way culture is decided. We cannot go back and undo a single goddamn thing. But what we can do is look around and be like, dude, you're pretty cool. Want to hang out? Yeah. Want to get a beer? Sure. I don't drink alcohol, but we can hang out and you can drink a beer. You can get drunk off your ass and I'll hold your hair while you puke. Sweet! There you go. You just fixed racism. You just fixed wars. You know what? Honest to God, 2 things would fix this. If we could just stop being racist assholes and if we make our presidents fight one-on-one for war. In that case, by the way, I have a long list of people I don't want to be president, and they're everyone who's run for president in the last 50 years.
Well, yeah, I mean, that does, in that respect, based on those rubrics, yes, it does discount quite
Imagine
a
as
few
that
people.
evolves, and it wouldn't just be fist fighting. They'd be
Other than, say, Michael Dukakis, who I have a sneaking suspicion would bite your ankles.
honest to God, who do you think would actually go toe-to-toe with Putin, though? I think I would just shit myself and smear it on him.
I think that Donald Trump would go toe-to-toe with Putin, but that's because they'd be slow dancing.
Probably. And then we'd get to see a wonderful moment where Putin lifts him up, turns him inverted while they're on skates. Trump just inserts Putin into his mouth. Putin puts Trump in his mouth, and they just go at each other while skating in a nice figure eight.
I like that you somehow turned this from just like a high school prom to a pornographic version of Starlight Express.
What else is it supposed to be? No.
By the way, I'm very proud to be the first person to use the words Starlight Express to reference that exact musical in probably, I'm going to check my watch here, 28 years.
Sweet. So, a new story has emerged. No, not really a story, but a new thing. Ava the Wonder Corgi.
Ah, yes.
Professor Elliot. After Ava is about 9 years old, she's a little up there in age. And after 9 wonderful years on this planet, no one has actually caught on to Ava's name. And people didn't really think much of it. And then at one point, someone thought maybe like Ava Gabor or something really silly. And I just kind of randomly looked back, and she was being a little shit behind the couch. And then Professor Elliot looks over, and he just kind of says, well, what's she doing? I was like, she's being a little naughty. and so he kind of clicked in his head. I was like, yeah, that's why I was originally going to name her Adolf. And he froze like, wait, did you name her Ava after her? Oh. Alex, I'm fairly confident you're intelligent enough to understand where this is going.
You're referencing Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Exactly. No, Ava is named after Hitler's mom. Because when she was a little puppy, she was a little vicious shit. She was a vicious little shit.
By the way, the voice of Ava in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater
is my dog Corgi Ava.
Is one of the great mysteries of voiceover.
Why?
Because it's credited to a Suzetta Minet.
Oh,
I
know her.
No other credits.
She's she can drink a shit ton of tequila.
It is confirmed. It was confirmed by David Hayter that that Minet was an alias. That was a fake name, but nobody has ever come forward to say who actually was the voice.
Well, there you go. You got to go do a documentary now.
It would be fascinating.
I would watch the hell of that. You on the hunt for whoever this woman is. Why did she want to be anonymous? And you all wind up actually like in the jungles, repeating and reenacting the steps of Snake Eater, crawling through. And all of a sudden your voice goes from being Alex Weitzman and all of a sudden you're Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, God. Does that mean I have to climb like a 10-minute fucking ladder?
Yes. It's
the unspoken seventh member of the emotion team.
When I was playing that, and what we're referencing here is there's a section of the game like I want to say a good third way through.
It's right after the end.
Yeah. No, it's not right after the end.
Yeah, it is.
No way.
Yeah, you fight the end. You go into the tunnel.
Oh,
you go down the tunnel.
End. Huh. Yeah. The character. The end.
Character. The end.
Zing. No. Basically, you go from like down in the jungle to the tippy top of a mountain base, and they thought, oh well, we got to do this. We got to get him there. You know, it would be really good and cheap to save on budget. What? If we just actually made you the player, climb a ladder for 10 goddamn minutes, and what it is you hold it up on the pad, for 10 goddamn minutes, as all you have is music playing.
Well, and it's fascinating because at first it's completely silent, and you're just like, okay, well, it's a long ladder, and you just keep going and going, and you're like, wait a minute, how the fucking long is this ladder? And then right at the moment that you realize, wait, this ladder is really long, suddenly you slowly start to hear the very soft sounds of the singer who sang the theme song start to come in again, and so like almost an a cappella version of that freaking theme again, and you realize, oh shit, the ladder's long enough that I'm gonna have to hear the entire chorus again before I reach the goddamn top. And it's in fact timed exactly so that as long as you're holding up, you will hit the very top of that damn mountain right as the chorus ends.
It's pretty shocking and jarring when it happens too. In fact, if you can stall the audience for just a few minutes.
Ooh, I'm stalling the audience.
Oh.
Hello, audience. I'm
is this asshole doing
you.
now?
I'm distracting you
I'm
from what
a
Christian is doing.
distraction.
Whoa!
Man, you're doing good at this. Keep it up. Man, computers are crazy. I wish I knew what I was doing just once in my life.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
There we go.
There you go.
All right, audience. I'm going to go ahead and play for you the song now. So we're going to do a little improv acting here.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to play the ladder. Alex, you're climbing the ladder.
I'm climbing the ladder.
So you've been climbing for about 5 minutes now. You're exhausted. You're sweaty.
I'm going to be big boss someday. How long is this damn thing? Oh, God, I'm going to fall. No, keep going. Okay, mushroom. Stupid mushroom has to grow right there. Okay, here we go.
Darkness and silence.
Who's singing? Somebody's fucking singing while I'm crawling up there.
Yeah, keep climbing.
Go. All right.
Yeah, don't stop. I've got lots more handles for your climb, baby.
Oh God, he's enjoying this. I can feel it smiling under my hands. So wrong, and yet bizarrely so right.
And then that continues for 2 minutes and 18 goddamn seconds.
Exactly.
It's fucking weird. Just sometimes in your life you just wonder, what the holy fuck is going on in my life? Why am I climbing with a theme song now?
Exactly. Oh my God.
Maybe that's why Konami was so mad. Like for that scene, they were holding the grudge.
That mad, just mad at
for that one thing for so long. For like at this point, several games, like 20 PS Vita games, Metal Gear Solid 4, and towards like the very end of production of Metal Gear Solid 5. Like, you know what? Hey, we gotta have a talk. I've been trying to be cool about it, but you remember that ladder scene? Could you just apologize? I mean, we're still pissed. So he quits and does his own thing, and now he's making babies with that actor. What's his name from Walking Dead?
Oh, Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
Because they're all pissed off that Silent Hills got canceled.
Yep.
And to be fair, I think a lot of people in the gaming community got pissed as shit.
Especially after the amazing thing that came to us that was called PT.
Playable trailer, yeah.
Oh my God. I played that in the dark twice. And it was as scary the second time. It was spooky as shit. You're walking around first person. All of a sudden you're just like, okay, I'm walking the same hallway. You keep going through. It's the worst version of Groundhog's Day ever. There's weird baby alien demon fetuses. There's a fridge chained to it as a chandelier with blood dripping out of it, and then all of a sudden it's just Norman Reedus.
And the big reveal, Norman Reedus.
Oh well. What else do I have going on? Professor, you want to be a smart shit?
What's going on?
I'm running out of things to do on air, so I thought I'd fill airtime with you.
Oh, you're filling airtime with me. Well, let me look something up.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, now for the intellectual portion of our show.
Also, guest starring Professor Elliot's laptop, apparently.
Ooh.
Yes, I wasn't quite prepared for one tonight, but I got something that I think I can share.
Oh, fascinating.
Dear God, Professor Elliot has smart shit. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
I gotta get you a theme song.
Who'd have thunk it? Oh, God.
Theme song would be nice.
Hang on. Let's see if... Let me try this. I'm gonna try this. This is your theme song, right?
Okay.
Should be Smash Mouth All-Star.
Here's his
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
Here's his theme song, everyone.
In my time,
Wow.
there'll be no one
Welcome to Smart Shit with Professor Elliot.
Why, thank you, Christian.
I hope
Thank
it's
you
about
for
ladder.
inviting me on.
I hope it's about ladders.
Today, we're talking about Alexander Vademar,
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
a Frenchman who was originally going to be a surgeon.
This ends in him quitting, doesn't it?
No, he was actually kicked out. He was refused a diploma because of his ventriloquist talents.
Just like that Jeff Dunham guy.
He trained, yes, I suppose, except Jeff Dunham was not kicked out of school for making cadavers seem to speak during surgical exercises.
That we know of.
Exactly. Where did you think he got that Ahmed puppet from?
I know, I haven't seen Rosin in a while.
Yeah, so he's just a really well-versed ventriloquist. He wanted to be a surgeon, but after realizing how much fun he was having with the cadavers, he decided to move into the ventriloquism acts.
Did he marry any of the puppets?
No, but he did play all of the parts. So in all of his shows, there would be dozens and dozens of characters. He toured hundreds of cities, and he would play all of the characters in his show.
A true showman.
A true showman, yes.
Well, that was fucking creepy.
Yeah, yeah.
When you say play all the parts, like play all the roles and play all the body parts?
I would assume so, yes. That would imply both of those things.
The one thing I've always wished I had was the ability to be a ventriloquist so I can make my pee hole talk whenever I'm getting laid.
I think you could practice and get that down.
I'm down. You guys know anyone to teach me?
No.
Alright. Anything else going on with this weird Frenchman?
Well, that's all I got about him.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I'll let you get back to editing the episode that nearly killed me.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Everyone, that has been Professor Elliot.
And that was Professor Elliot.
Sorry, I had to play the song again.
I'm still
Something's wrong with me.
Yes. It's called being on a ladder.
No, I am the ladder.
You are the ladder.
Remember? Thank you for that. Your grip was firm yet moist. Oh, man. Wow. So, it looks like a whole lot of people have been interacting with me on social media lately. For those of you who are trying to interact, I apologize. Let's see what you got going on here. Molly says, "Goddamn that laugh. Where's Bryant? His laugh was too infectious." Bryant's laugh was actually, yes, too infectious. That's the word. When Bryant laughed, everyone had to laugh as well. He had a really good, wholesome, happy laugh. The downside is, he would laugh at the most inopportune moments. For instance, when I found out this one old woman died, he wasn't aware I was having this conversation with someone. He laughed in the distance. So I'm looking at this family member who just lost their grandmother. And because Bryant laughs 10 yards away, suddenly I can't help it. I'm so sorry for your loss. God damn it. So that is, in fact, why Bryant is no longer working with us, because his laugh is just too much.
Wait, whose laugh was getting called out there? Mine or yours?
Yours.
Shit.
Yeah, your laugh is shit. According to Molly. Which it's infectious
Thank you,
shit.
Molly.
Molly, his laugh is infectious shit. Thank you so much. All right, next we have Anthony. Anthony says, "Yo, dog, where you at? I'm in my house recording the podcast with subtle music playing in the background to Snake Eaters, sung by Cynthia Harrell."
There you have
There,
it.
I stopped it for you so you can hear us better. And then next is Cynthia Harrell saying, "You didn't ask my permission to sing my song, I Know Where You Live, you motherfucker." Huh. Must be spam.
Well, someday you'll dine on a snake, and someday you'll dine on a tree frog.
So, yeah. Got anything else? I'm kind of running out of steam here. I was so not prepared. I was supposed to do this last night, and we're going to have Jimmy Purcell of Been Better Comics on with us.
We were, and then suddenly we determined that he was completely unfit for public consumption.
No, you know what I want to talk about. Oh, YouTube herpes. I mean, heroes.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right.
How much do you know about YouTube herpes?
I only know I know a little bit about it. I haven't seen the video yet, but I know the general concept.
Okay, YouTube Heroes, as they're calling it, is essentially... Here, I'll be real from the get-go. I won't describe it and then do it. I'm going to just be very, very blunt. YouTube Heroes is YouTube trying to cut corners and save money by turning their viewers into their moderators.
Exactly.
They're cutting an entire field of just paying people and getting people to do it for free to give them points. And what do you get with these points? The ability to moderate more. And what are you going to moderate more of? More shit, so that way you can get other people in trouble. I shit you not. They're giving the ability to mass report and complain about people's videos. And it's horrible. The demo they give is an animation of just a normal random browsing screen of videos, and you just randomly clicking on them and go report all. Are you fucking serious?
It's insane, particularly because I think the thing that's most horrible about this is that it's almost like Google's kind of threw their arms in the air and said, "Fuck it. We're just going to let you guys turn this into a very specific culture." Mm-hmm. Because what's inevitably going to happen is the majority of those who are on YouTube are going to affect what material is on YouTube. Because there's no way that this sort of, moderate by mass appeal kind of approach is going to be just about, that seems to be offensive and inappropriate in a public scenario. No, it's going to be, I don't like that because I don't politically agree with that, or I don't like that because I don't like that person. I don't, we had a fight, so I'm going to report their shit. Anything of that, it's going to be, a free for all, and it's going to enforce essentially what is going to be the new form of, shall we say, a cultural tendency of what YouTube is. And so it's not going to be nearly the overall thing that YouTube has become. It's going to turn into a very particular tone that YouTube is going to have in terms of the videos that it remains. Which, the more you think about it, the more you realize, wow, how incredibly counterintuitive of Google, because they've been wanting to expand it and make it an even bigger media platform and something with more dignity and more cachet as an entertainment
redonkulousism.
And that's not possible now.
And that's not even their biggest snafu recently. This is just the most recent.
Yeah.
I think Philip DeFranco was the first one to really out it heavily.
He went big on this one.
Yeah,
I did watch his. I don't watch his videos that often, but I did hear about this, and I watched
quality stuff. And he maintains on. I'm going to defend him just for those who don't know.
And I don't say that I don't watch it because
of course.
I just say
still
I
quality.
haven't really watched it.
I mean, for those who don't know who Philip DeFranco is, he is a YouTuber who started just kind of doing the vloggy type thing in which he would vlog the news. And he's continued that and turned it into a big business. Helped started with BuzzFeed, I believe it was. Anyways, so he noticed at one point that his videos were the monetization of his videos were being turned off. And then given like a really dumb list. Like we're talking like you use foul language, you've discussed war, you've done things. Now, as a man who talks about the news, that means he's not allowed to talk about war. Also, he's not allowed to say things like fuck or shit. Which, by the way, this is going on YouTube, so fuck, shit, that sucks. I guess I can't monetize this fucking bullshit right here. Donkey-ass dick lick.
Quick, put a whole bunch of really copyrighted things on it, since we're obviously not going to monetize this.
Walt Disney butt-banging the Queen? I don't know. I lost it. Back on track, though. And then you got like one of their biggest names of them all, PewDiePie. He's even getting hit. A bunch of his videos were being demonetized. But the fucked up thing is Google's allowed to do this. It's their own system.
Yeah,
but they weren't announcing this. They gave no notification. They just several months ago just like click. We need to save some money, so we're gonna just take some things off and change policy, not announce it, not do anything, and just start turning off monetization because. Let's be realistic. YouTube's been losing money. Google is so huge that they could keep running YouTube and lose money every day. fine. But apparently they're sick and tired of it, so they made this change. Now, with this brand new one, YouTube Herpes, it is plain and simple. All they want to do is cut corners, make more money, spend less, and make other people do it. Here's the real problem.
About it less.
And this is something that you
care about it
yes,
less is the other element.
This is something that you'll probably have a little history in. This is also giving the complaintive, nanny people the ability to just get people in trouble because they feel like it.
Right. Absolutely. You know, I mean,
not even based on opinion, based on like the squeaker from Halo 5 who's sitting there tired and saying he's going to teabag your mom tonight. That kid now has the authority and power to take someone's hard work, some video and art that they created. Professor Elliott's next offensive piece of smut is now going to be yelled at by some small little 12-year-old whose mom didn't love him enough.
Well, I mean, that's the thing that's, of course, the most incredible about it is YouTube already has, in terms of what YouTube's reputations are, other than the people who run the show itself, YouTube's biggest negative reputation is its commenters. You know, that's what they always say. Don't read the comments. You know, YouTube comments. You never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. And
no joke.
And this is YouTube Herpes, or Heroes, if you will, is designed specifically to give those people significant power over everything else. It's like, oh, the most hated people on our website, let's empower them over everybody else. And you just kind of want to say, who in the company honestly thought that was a good idea?
Some asshole who was like, you know what? We need to make some more money. We need to spend less. Let's fuck as many people over as we can. Meanwhile, just like the little comic strip that's overused in everything, someone probably said, don't you think this is probably shitting on the creative capabilities of the people who work hard in their videos?
You're fired.
Gets thrown out the window. Oh, well. All I got to say is I'm glad I'm a podcaster.
Right.
Shit. No, that's right. In 2 weeks, I'm airing my vlog series, aren't I?
Ba-dum-bum.
New shout out! Yeah, no. Without an actual shout out, though, seriously, YouTube, get your shit together. As soon as I rise in power and take over this country, you're gonna get fucked. So get your shit together. You got what, 4 to 8 years till I rule your shit.
What always drives me the most nuts, just as an artist, as an actor, a performer, any other ways you want to describe me, is that
professional fluffer.
Exactly. Is that YouTube essentially, wants in a lot of ways, it seems, to supplant, shall we say, traditional media methods. Traditional media methods are designed. Let's take your average television process. What is, who pays for it? Why does it exist? And so forth.
Bitches.
You, the viewer of the television item, go out and you purchase an item. You purchase a product of some variety.
Pepsi Cola.
Right. Let's say you purchase a Pepsi Cola.
KY
Your money goes back to Pepsi. Pepsi decides that they want to spend on advertising, so they pay an advertising company to make ads. They then purchase advertising space on the television network so that they can air those ads. That network, with the money that they now received from the Pepsi company, the network
now funds public orgies.
Now funds the studio to make the television show. And obviously the studio, now having gotten that money, is paying the artists to make the program. That is the normal process. YouTube essentially is a network, but it's a network that doesn't pay you. Nope. Until after you've made something. So you have to go out there and make your own product with your own money, and then hypothetically they will pay you if you get enough likes or clicks or advertisements or whatever have you on your channel. And that's a bizarrely, network-centric, if you will, process that really puts a lot of power in their hands and very, very, very little power in everybody else's.
With that, let's talk about the history of YouTube for a split second. I'm going to run into something else with this.
Sure.
it started out kind of when, actually, let's be honest, YouTube was supposed to start out and be a dating service. But that was like very short-lived. And then it turned into what we now know as the first generation of YouTube, which was just viral bullshit. Chocolate Rain, Star Wars Kid, Piano Cat, the things that we all remember as being just what is all over the internet today, everywhere. Now we're coming to the end of what was called the second generation. People realizing, oh shit, we could do this for a living. Right. You have your Philip DeFrancos, you have your BuzzFeeds, you have vloggers that are huge.
And it's important to note how often now, over the course of the last 5 to 6 years, people in Hollywood have managed to utilize the YouTube format as a way to boost their own careers enough to now have significant careers within the normal traditional Hollywood system. Case in point, Rachel Bloom.
Yes.
The crazy ex-girlfriend. That's a perfect example of somebody who, she is herself a trained, proper artist. She's not somebody who just came out of nowhere and doesn't know shit. She's actually knows what she's doing, but she used that method as a way to subvert the otherwise somewhat torturous method of trying to get support from studios, and created a public profile for herself, and suddenly now with that public platform was able to get studio attention and be like, hey, let's make something with you.
However, with this generation that we're in, we can just go on rambling off various YouTubers right now that are making just complete murder. But we're now entering what has recently been aired as the third generation. We're at the cusp. We're at the beginning, the birth point. And this all came to me. This is not a shout out to Professor Light. This is just where it started. Someone commented on one of his videos saying, "Let's hear it for the up and coming third generation of YouTubers." Huh. And I thought to myself, what the fuck does that mean?
Right.
And I looked into it, and what a lot of people are agreeing, and I actually think this is very true. They thought that the traditional method of just making a shit ton of videos and getting ad money is YouTube money, bing, bling, bling. Now we're not going to have that. Right. Mostly because of the way that the new methods and the way Google is going about things.
Because they've robbed you of that ability.
But more than that, people understand the term of YouTube money. So everyone is flooding and hitting YouTube with the same bullshit of, look at me, I got a card, look at me, I did a thing, look at me, I'm going to prank someone, prank videos this, oh, I got arrested, oh, it's dumb shit, oh, I'm playing video games. Everyone is doing it. Everyone. There are millions upon millions of people doing this on rapid fire. Now the third generation seems to be people who are taking something and doing something new. Not trying to make the money directly off of YouTube. They're trying to make this their career. This is now a shout-out, which is what's always been there all along. But now they're having to get smart. They're having to get business savvy. They're having to really think, how can I use this platform in this day? I'm not going to make a million viewers and then get a bunch of money, because what if I say the word fuck by accident? Now... Yeah, exactly, Ava. Now
she is barking in her sleep, by the way.
Yeah, she does that. Like I said, she's old and she dreams of Hitler. Now we got people who are essentially trying to use it as a platform of, oh, well, I guess this is where I'll host my videos. They're being creative. They're crossing boundaries, as you've previously mentioned, in ways that are starting from the beginning, from the ground up.
Right. It becomes less of a method by which to constantly generate content, and more of a method of which just a quicker way to give yourself some, shall we say, a public venue by virtue of, let's face it, a much wider perpetuation of greater technology in which to capture material. Used to be that to get something that is filmic quality, when you're in terms of what you're creating, you needed to have the equipment that the studios had. You had if you didn't own these damn cameras yourself, you had to rent them from those companies.
It's okay, Ava.
Now
the evil monsters are okay.
Sorry, she's getting wild up because of Google and YouTube and shit.
Exactly.
Come here.
Ava,
come join
chill
the
out.
podcast.
Chill with us on the podcast.
Joining us in the studio is Ava, the very old dog who is confused and just woke up after a bad nightmare about Nazis. Come on.
Anyway, so yeah, now the proliferation of the technology at this point is widespread enough that you can get excellent digital quality camera and potentially sound, depending.
I've got two.
For an incredibly affordable amount to own. The technology to edit is now much more widespread. It's very easy to be able to do that. So in terms of being your own studio, you can be your own studio with the greatest of ease. YouTube gives the ability to get it out there with almost no oversight whatsoever, so poof, there it is on the internet, and now you have a platform. It's almost more of, I would almost argue it's a great way to do demo work.
It absolutely is. Because you know what's really funny is now mainstreamers are on YouTube. Did you know that Matthew McConaughey has been YouTubing and vlogging for a long time? No one's noticed. And now that he's been caught, suddenly he's got millions of viewers out of overnight. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, actors and actresses all over, political people, all have YouTube accounts. And just because they're a public figure, they are getting tons of hits. Right. So it's kind of... I'm not even joking right now, it's kind of turning into Pornhub. Where Pornhub airs every fucking professional porn video they can legally post, as well as a bunch of people posting their own personal stuff, like, hey, this is me trying to get attention and get noticed so I can make a few bucks. Trying to kind of get noticed. Look at my tape. Look at the quality of work I can potentially do. If only I had a better camera, better editor, better dildo set. That's much like a lot of YouTubers today, sitting there and struggling hours into the night, editing and filming and writing and creating and thinking.
And lacking the proper dildos.
And lacking the proper fucking dildos. So goddamn it, Google, get your shit together. Stop trying to ruin the future of art and give out more dildos.
And that is the way it was. And that's the way it was.
And that's the way the pussy crumbles. Yeah, I'm definitely never going to get monetized on YouTube ever. Well, I think that's all the time we have for this week. I'm surprised. This was pretty fun. This is very impromptu, but still pretty damn fun.
I think we did a decent job with this one.
Yeah.
Did we get anybody else bitching about my laugh?
No one bitching about the laugh.
All right.
But thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
And everyone, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Please make sure to go subscribe and enjoy the podcast here. Tell us what you thought. Tell us what you hated. And if you hated me, go fuck yourself. But also, go follow Fantastic Feast on YouTube, Professor Elliot's channel, and on Facebook, because there's a big announcement coming soon. As always, I'm your host, Christian Barrick, and may the awesomeness be with you.